All right, so in this video, I'm going to walk you through this next activity. So you should have this paper out in front of you so you can kind of figure out what's happening. What this is a multiplication puzzle, okay? So you guys are going to place your numbers 3 through 12, right, that we see at the bottom. You're going to place those numbers at the top, and they're going to be in very specific order, right? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So they will go across here, and then they will also go down here, okay? So we're going to fill in these boxes, okay? And you should have also gotten a multiplication chart, okay? So the multiplication chart should kind of look like this. Well, maybe not this colorful, but we have an idea of what's happening, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to look at some rows or columns that have more than one number, okay? So for instance, let's take a look at this column right here, okay? I notice that I have two numbers in common. I have the number 35 and 30, okay? So if I come over to my chart, I'm looking for the numbers 30. So I see the number 30 here, but I don't see the number 35 in this row, so I don't want to use that one. If I come up, I see the number 30 in this row and 35 in this row. So what do these numbers have in common is the number 5. So 5, it has both the numbers 30 and 35. And again, we can kind of look at it from this angle, right? From this row. Again, 30 and 35 are right here, okay? So what that means is I'm going to place the number 5 up at top. Now, what do you multiply? So 5 times what number gives you 35? So I would look at 5, come across, and I go straight up, and I notice that it's 7. So I'm going to put a 7 in this column. And then I'm going to come to the 5, and I'm going to look at the 30. So again, I'm asking myself 5 times what gives me 30? So again, I use my puzzle. So 5 and 30, that gives me the number 6. So I'm going to put my number 6 right here. And then I go to work and I find some more numbers that I want to use. Okay, so I want you to recognize that we've already used the number 5 across. We are not going to use the number 5 again. Okay, now notice that the number 7, right, also has the number 42 in this column. So if I go to the 7, notice that I see 35 and I also see 42. And so if I go straight up from 42, notice that I see a 6. Now I've already placed a 6 down here, but I haven't placed a 6 here. So I'm going to place a 6. So again, I'm trying to figure out all my numbers. Then I go back to the drawing board and I ask myself, okay, well, let's look at the column that has 6 in it. Notice that it also has 18. So let's look at our 6 column, and I come down to 18. So that means that across is the number 3. So I can put the number 3 in that column. Now, nothing else is in that row 3. Nothing was in the row with the 30. So I'm kind of back at the drawing board of what I should do next. Okay, so I'm going to come back here, and now I'm going to look for other rows or other columns that have 3 numbers. So I noticed that 48 and 144 are in the same column. So let's go ahead and look at your multiplication chart. And I see 48 is in this column right here, but 144 is not in this column. And again, this column goes to 12. So I'm not going to look at the row. I'm not going to look at the column 8. What else? I see that it is also in the 12 row. So I'm going to keep going down. Oh, and I see that 144 is in that. So I see that in the 12 is both for 48 and 144. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 12 here. So again, 12, we're asking ourselves 12 times what number gives you 48? So it looks like 48 is going to give me 4. So I'm going to put the 4 right here. And if I go all the way to 144, I see the number 12. So go ahead and I put the number 12 here. Okay, so again, we go back to the drawing board. The row 4 doesn't have any other number in it. The row 12 doesn't have any other number in it. So I got to go back. Okay, so now what about if I look at this row right here, because it has both 81 and 90. So I'm going to erase my drawings over here. So 81 and 90. So I'm going to let you guys look at the multiplication table. And what do you guys notice? What do you notice is in the column of 81 and 90? Hopefully you saw they're right here, which means that it is the 9. So 9 times what gives you 81? So I'm going to come up over here, which gives you 9, right? And then 9 times what gives you 90? That is going to bring you up to 10. Okay, nothing is in this column with the 9. Nothing is in this column with the 10. So I got to keep going. Okay, so erase this and see what else I can do. Oops, got that fixed. Back to normal. Okay, so so the next thing I have to look at is another column, or sorry, another row. So I see that 88 and 56 are in the same row. So again, I'm going to erase my drawings. So take a look at your multiplication chart. And what you should notice is what is in common between 88 and 56. Right? And hopefully you noticed it was in this row. So there's 56, there's 88. So what number is it? The number 8. So we put 8 here. What times 8 gives you 88? That's 11. What times 8 gives you 56? And that is the number 7. Okay, so I want you to be thinking about, I'm going to erase all this stuff. So on the top, again, you're using the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then on the side, again, you're using 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so what have we already used? All right, so on the top, I've used 5, 12, 9, 11, 7, 10, and 6. So I only have 3, 4, and 8 left over. On the side, I've used 7, 6, 3, 4, 12, 9, and 8. Okay, so I gotta kind of keep going. So now I don't think I have any 2 numbers left in any of the columns. So now it is a puzzle of what's left over. Okay, so let's take a look at 33. So that's my first number because I don't have any number in that column. So that's my first number in this column. So 33. So where am I going to see 33 on this board? So I'm going to see 33. It looks like right here. So what multiplies to 33? I know that it's 11 and 3. So 33 is equal to 3 times 11. Now, I can't put 11 here because what do I already have? I already have an 11. So I don't want to put 11 here because that also means I have to put a 3 here. And again, I already have a 3 here. So again, I don't want any numbers to repeat. So why don't I just switch it? Why don't I put an 11 here and put a 3 on top? So again, now I get to take away the 3 on top and I get to take away the 11 on the side. Okay. So then I go back to the drawing board, and again, I have no numbers here. I have a 20. Okay, so let's look at 20. So 20 I see is, let's change my marker up. So 20 I see is right here. All right, 10 and 2. All right, but notice I'm not ranging from 2, I'm ranging from 3. So that's not going to work. Okay, so I come back to the drawing board. So what else multiplies? Where else do I see 20? I see 20 right here. So 20 is in the column of 5 and in the column of 4. Okay, those are between the numbers 3 and 12. So again, I know that 20 is 5 times 4. So again, I'm not going to put 5 here because I already have a 5. So that means I have to put my 4 here. So 4 goes at top, 5 goes on the side. So 4's on the top, 5's on the side. So what does that leave us? On the top, I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The number I'm missing is the number 8. Now notice there is nothing in this column to tell us that it was 8. We had to use our sleuthing skills to know that this was the number 8, right? So this would have been the last number you find. Now, the row that was left over is this one right here. Again, what's left over on our side? The number 10. Again, there's nothing in this row that's going to tell us that it's the number 10, right? So again, sleuthing skills. We have all of the numbers. Again, it's called a tangle table because your multiplication table is all tangled up. All right, it's remixed. It's in a different order, so to speak. Okay, so once you're done with this, what I want you to do is, again, if you have to use your multiplication chart, please do, but you're going to fill in this table, right? And you can start with what you know. So you can start with what's easy. 5s are always pretty easy. So maybe I am going to say, okay, 5 times 10, this is going to be 50. 5 times 3, this is 15, right? Maybe ones that's also easy are 3s. So again, 3 times 12, 36. Again, if you needed to use your column, that's fine. 3 times 9, 27. 3 times 4 gives us 12. So again, we're using the number at the top with the number at the side. All right. So again, we walked through this first one together. We are going to do a couple of these in class throughout the next couple of weeks and days. And then we are going to take a multiplication table test that has these numbers at the top, and you'll be filling it out to see if you can beat your previous score. So go ahead, the video's done. Fill out the rest of your chart now on your own.